Well, hello there, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a new pick a card reading. This one is going to be about what do they think of you? How do they see you? What do they think of you? The intention with this one is pretty open-ended on my end. I'm going to be asking you to be thinking about a person. This may be a romantic interest, this may be a romantic partner, this may be a friend, this may be a business partner, this may be a complete stranger, this may be the guy or the girl across the room that you've never spoken to yet are curious about. It could be very much anybody, and we're going to be seeing what kind of information pops up relative to how do they see you, what they think of you. Perhaps, not necessarily, but perhaps we may pick up on information about them as well. But yeah, I'm very interested, very curious about this one. Very excited. If you enjoy this content, please, just a reminder to like and subscribe so you don't miss out when your boy posts new videos like so. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's get right into it. There we go. We got 4 groups in front of us today, and I'm going to be asking you to tune into your intuition so as to know which pile holds the message for you. I'm going to be asking you, to just tune into what pile you feel the most drawn to. It may be the number of the pile, maybe the crystal. Knowing that whatever your intuition pulls you towards is the pile that is going to be holding the message you're meant to be hearing at this moment. If you're feeling drawn to more than one pile, that's totally okay. It just may mean that there is more than one message for you, or that you have multiple people in your mind. That as well. But here, for pile number 1, we're going to have this beautiful piece of fluorite. Chunky piece of fluorite, which I very much enjoy. Big old body. For pile number 2, we're going to have the iron ore. For pile number 3, we are going to have this yellow calcite here. And finally, but not least, pile number 4, we're going to have the desert rose. Yep, so there you go. These are your 4 piles, your 4 options. Again, take your time, pause the video if you need to tune into your intuition to feel what pile you feel the most drawn to, you feel the most interested in. And once you have made your choice, you can fast forward directly to the timestamps provided down below, either in the description or the pinned comment. So you can fast forward directly, to jump and skip directly to your reading. And I'm gonna see you there. Hey, pile number 1, how are you doing? Welcome. I hope you're excited about the messages. I hope you're ready. I hope you have someone in mind before going in this reading. That's gonna make it much more convenient for you to understand what we're talking about. If pile 1, if you chose this beautiful piece of fluorite, feels very dark on camera now, I'm realizing. But yeah, very beautiful nonetheless. If you chose this beautiful piece of fluorite, that's gonna be your reading. So let's get into it. So we're gonna begin with the tarot cards. Again, as always, for this is gonna give us the overall vibe, the overall energy of, what the person that you're thinking about is thinking about you, how they're seeing you. Yep. So we have the 9 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Yep, and this one wants to come out. So as the Queen of Pentacles, interesting. Back of the deck energy, we got the Knight, of Pentacles. That's also very interesting. Got definitely a bit of a theme here going on. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna pull out some oracle cards immediately, straight off the bat. Yep. Got the Fox Spirit. Yes, that's definitely a thing coming up. Yep. I'm gonna have to put them on the frame of the camera as well. And there we go. I've got a few actually that came out. Whoop. Can I squeeze them all in? Let's see. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Can see them all. Okay. Okay. So what do they think about you? Well, first, straight off the bat, I'm not picking up anything special about whether this person is a romantic interest, if it's platonic or anything. I feel like we got many different situations going on here. So yeah, that's already clear since the start. How do they see you? Very focused on yourself in a good way. I feel like they really admire you for plenty of reasons actually. Well, the thing which is calling out my attention the most right now is definitely this one. They think you're quite smart about, like, period. They generally find you as very, very smart, very witty. I'm sensing also quite original. I feel like they see you as someone who's very smart, yet a little. I'm hearing two things, like both original and unexpected in the way you think, which is, I feel like, creates a lot of interest, sparks a lot of curiosity on their behalf to see that, yes, I feel that in their eyes, it's obvious that you're a very smart person, that you're very intelligent. And yeah, it sparks curiosity because the way you think is not necessarily the most common, I feel like. You have some very interesting ideas, very interesting thoughts. And another way, that's almost like a side message, but I feel like it's actually pretty relevant. I feel like they feel you as a little unsettling. As in, they definitely see you as very smart, and sometimes they feel, I'm hearing like outsmarted. That's not really the vibe I'm getting, but it's like they genuinely, sometimes they feel a little challenged by your quote unquote intelligence, in the way that sometimes you bring up topics to the table, you bring up thoughts, you bring up new perspectives that they perhaps had not considered beforehand. And so I just feel that they sometimes find it a little challenging. Not in a bad way, they really enjoy it. But yeah, sometimes they're very surprised and a little unsettled because they're like, whoa, that's a lot. A lot of things that you're bringing out that perhaps they were not thinking about originally. So yeah, that's a very interesting thing. They're definitely they're definitely seeing your intellect. Back of the deck energy, overall energy that we're dealing with, the Knight of Pentacles. I'm also noticing that we have several pentacles going on here. The Knight of Pentacles here, I'm definitely sensing this, what I was getting immediately straight off the bat, self-centered, self-focused, not in a shameful way, not at all. Very much like someone who's very invested in their growth. There you go. Someone who's very invested in their growth, someone who's very interested in becoming the best version of themselves, and definitely someone I'm seeing with the helmet, which has a very interesting shape, feels very cut off from the external noise. It's like when I see this image here, I really do sense that it's obvious within their eyes that you've cut the outside noise. You're not listening to the outside noise, and you're not letting the external noise, possibly chaos, possibly distractions, possibly everything, all the noise which is going on around you, you're not letting that distract you from yourself, from your growth, from your relationship with yourself. That's really something which I find to be quite remarkable in their eyes. I genuinely feel that I cannot tell if that says something about you, because this is definitely not the topic, but within their eyes, it feels something quite unique, that for sure. I'm coming back to this idea several times, so I'm gonna put it out there straight off the bat so that it's said once and for all. The energies I'm picking up are from their perspective, keeping in mind, it's not because you are hearing nothing funky came up, and I don't see anything funky coming up. Like, it feels very positive, but If there is something that unsettles you a little bit, just keep in mind that we're exploring their point of view. A point of view is personal, okay? It doesn't mean anything about you, okay? That being said, back to the reading. The Knight of Pentacles, I really do see that within their eyes, it's like they see you as in an energy which is very rare. It's not something they've seen much of, at least lately. It's like they really see you as someone who's very focused on your success, on your growth, very focused on perfecting your craft, perfecting your skills, becoming the best version of yourself. I keep on hearing investing, investing, investing. Not necessarily like investing in your future, although it's definitely part of it, but I definitely see you investing in yourself. And that is something that they find quite remarkable. And I'm hearing the reason to why they find it quite remarkable is because they wouldn't be expecting someone of your age to be focusing on that. That's very specific. And that's not necessarily for everyone, but I feel like you may, within their eyes, you may appear as more mature than your body would give it away, if it makes sense. They feel that at first glance, they and just other people in general would think you're much younger than what you actually are within your mind. It's like you appear as much more mature than what your body would otherwise indicate. And that's really something very intriguing I'm getting. Something that is very, they really admire you for that energy, definitely. But I find it very intriguing as well. The Eight of Pentacles, that's yet again this energy of someone who is perfecting their craft. Someone who is very focused, investing in themselves, focused on becoming the best at what they can. It could be referring to a skill in particular, like they could be seeing you very being hard at work on perfecting a skill. But more generally, not necessarily just about a skill, it's just they see you in this vibe, in this energy of someone who's very focused on their growth and very dedicated to their success. Nine of Wands, I'm definitely sensing like someone who is very, I'm getting two messages. First of all, someone who is very happy and pleased to put and set and uphold strong boundaries, which again, I'm getting back the sensation that this is quite remarkable and very admirable because unexpected. I'm getting this energy again. It's like within their eyes, it's very likely most of you, I wouldn't say every one of you, but for most of you Pile Ones, I feel like this person is surprised by how mature you portray yourself in comparison to how young your body looks. This may be due to the fact that you just look much younger than you actually are, or it also can indicate that you're just very mature for your age. Both ways are correct, although I feel that, yeah, you feeling more mature now, being much more mature than your age would otherwise indicate, is reflecting like a lot of you Pile One. But yet again, it's like different possibilities here, but definitely someone who is like, they admire you for, it's obvious, like it's very obvious there's something about your energy, about your vibe, that it's obvious that you're not here to mess around. It's like you, within their eyes, you know your worth, you have clear boundaries and you're ready to uphold them. You're not aggressive, you're very chill as a person. I definitely do see that they see you as a very chill and peaceful person, but it's clear straight off the bat that you're not the kind of person you should be messed with. Not because you're dangerous, but just because you feel so mature, honestly. It's like, you can't be messing with this person, seriously. You know, it's that kind of energy. And that's something, yet again, which is quite remarkable I see within you. I see a lot of admiration, honestly, from this person. A lot of interest, a lot of admiration. Yeah, they really do see you. They're really admiring how strong your boundaries appear to be to them. And also that, which to them indicates how much you care about yourself straight off the bat. But also it indicates to me like that they see that you're not afraid to put in the work, you're not afraid to put up with pressure if it means reaching your goals. It's like they really do feel that, they see, they know, maybe because they've seen you in action or just because they feel it, that if there is something you really want, you could be working day and night to get there. You are the kind of person who will push through the pressure and through the exhaustion and through everything, through any obstacle to reach to your goal. Definitely, that's one energy I'm getting here, which is very, yeah, yet again, I'm coming back to it, but there's a lot of admiration from this person. And the Queen of Pentacles, that's very interesting, because here we had a very, I'd say, masculine energy, especially with the fox as well, as like very go get it, do it, think about it kind of energy, which feels very masculine. But here we got a complete like feminine spin on it as well, which led us on the other oracle cards as well. It's like, I genuinely do feel that it's something that they struggle a bit connecting with. They perhaps feel they don't know you enough. They feel something about you, which is depicted here, that they're still struggling to pinpoint exactly what it is. They're still struggling a little bit to put their figure onto it, because I genuinely do feel that you're kind of escaping their frame, as in they're trying to understand you, definitely. You've picked up their interest, definitely. It could be someone that you've just recently known. It could be someone that you've known for a long time and they're just realizing that there's so much more to discover about you than what they originally thought. And generally sensing that they, at first glance, they made up a first, like they put you in a box to try to understand you. That was this box. It's where they would really admire you for these masculine qualities that you display. Someone who's very investing in themselves, who's very, feels ambitious, feels very, very smart, very intelligent, is like very strong boundaries, someone who really is self-centered, cares about themselves. And that's kind of the box they put you in, and they really admire you. But at the same time, there's something deeper which kind of escapes this first idea they had of you, which is the Queen of Pentacles, which feels very, very feminine. The Queen of Pentacles here indicates more like, it definitely indicates yet again like someone who could be ambitious and who's very goal oriented. But here it's much more like someone who feels in harmony within, without, someone who feels at peace, someone who feels a great sense of connection with the external world, with nature especially. That could be a big thing in your life, not necessarily, but I genuinely do feel that connections and relationships is something that goes a great length in your life. But I definitely see you like, yeah, just in harmony with other realms, like on this card where you have the woman, with the plants, with the animals. Although you have a predator and a prey, like everyone's in harmony. There's something that almost feels outwardly about your energy within their eyes. It's definitely something that comes in clashing with this first idea they had of you. But yeah, it feels like much sweeter, much more fluid, much more feminine, definitely. And yeah, much more fluid. It's like, it feels like a sense of flow, sense of ease, and a sense of harmony, a sense of belonging, a sense of peace, definitely. And they feel it, but it almost like it doesn't make sense to them why they're feeling it. They just don't get it. That's what I'm feeling. But there's definitely this much sweeter energy. And yet again, it's like, I don't know if that's because it's something which is less obvious about you, or just because within their eyes and because of their personal story and personal beliefs, this thing that we described before appeared obvious to them much faster than this. I wouldn't be surprised for some of you if actually what happens is that this thing is very prominent about you. It's like, it's very obvious. It's the kind of first thing that people notice, that you have a beautiful, strong feminine energy. But I just feel like this person just caught on this thing first and made up their mind at first about this. So that's interesting, because I genuinely do feel that this energy is much more prominent than what they are perceiving it to be. but it just doesn't make sense to them within their ways of looking, within their perception. But that is very interesting. But definitely one thing that I can tell is that you appear to them like having access to a form of balance and a harmony that they do not necessarily know for themselves in their life. And that's another point of deep interest, although at this moment, at the moment you're hearing this reading, I still feel that they're a little astray when it comes to understanding what the hell is going on with that about you. Although yet again, it may be actually very obvious and quite prominent within your field and within your energy, they just don't get it still. That's interesting. But then we got the dog spirit, the dove, and the vulture. I'm gonna start with the dog and the dove because it's definitely in the continuity of the Queen of Pentacles I'm sensing. I generally do feel that you are very, within their eyes, it's like you feel very sweet, very loyal. I generally do feel back the energy of you're not the kind of person who can be messed with. But with this card, I'm getting a deeper layer of that. It's not just because you have boundaries and you're proud to uphold them, but it's also because you're very loyal. It's like within their eyes, there is a lot of sweetness about you, and they would not like. What am I getting from that? There's a kind of innocence that I'm getting. It's like they wouldn't dare, they couldn't possibly imagine that someone would wanna harm you, if it makes sense. It's like, it's just so sweet, it's just so cute, the energy I'm getting here. It's like you would want to cuddle the dog. It wouldn't even remotely cross your mind to take advantage of it, you know? It's like this kind of thing that they just felt compelled to think that that's cute. There's this very cute energy about you from what they see from their perspective. There's something very cute, very loyal, very was hearing very fuzzy, very fluffy. But yeah, very sweet, very playful, very innocent. And also like loyal. I feel that passion is something which you hold dear to your heart. But yeah, there is a lot of sweetness that they're picking up on from you. And yet again, it's like they see you as a very peaceful person. That may not be actually the case, but that's how they perceive you. It's like they see you as someone who's very, very peaceful, who has achieved a sense within their eyes. Surprising I said it this way. It's like they feel like you have achieved peace, like you have gotten peace in a way that they perhaps don't themselves know, that they don't experience, that they don't get to experience this kind of peace the way you've done it. And I definitely feel also they don't know themselves as deeply as you know yourself. And that's a perfect transition with this card, actually. It's like, definitely, I feel like they see you as someone who's quite original and someone who is very interesting, extraordinarily interesting, because of the fact that there's a lot of, I feel like when they see you, especially when we were talking about this dichotomy they still can't really make sense of, it's like they feel that you're full of apparent contradictions, but it just works for you. It's like, oh yeah, you appear so ambitious and determined, but also so sweet. And they're just like, how does that work? How is that possible? Oh yeah, you have some strong ass masculine qualities they see, but they also see that you have a lot of feminine ones underneath. So it's like they just cannot wrap their head around it. And I'm also saying that, yeah, I don't know if they're aware of that. Perhaps for those of you who are thinking about someone who knows you better, who knows you more than just someone you've just met or you've never talked to before, they definitely see your history as very unique, like your curriculum, so to speak. It's like they see your past and your history as something very unique, very interesting, and something you've capitalized on. I generally do feel that, yeah, nothing is wasted. It's like, I'm getting several messages. First of all, I'm hearing transmuter. I feel like they see you having turned the black into white. I generally do feel that, yeah, they see you having transformed some delicate moments into very empowering ones. Yeah, and I just see that they see that your history has added a lot to you. Although, yet again, it doesn't always make sense to them. That's interesting. There's a bit of confusion on their behalf, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that is very, very interesting what we got here. Okay, well, beautiful messages. Very, very interesting reading. I'm very curious to know what was this person now. But yeah, thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading. It was an honor to be reading this energy for you. Please let me know down in the comments how it went. I would be very curious to know everything you have to say about your thoughts, whatever. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love. And till next time, take care. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you have someone in mind. It's gonna be much funnier this way. If pile 2, if you chose the iron ore, that's gonna be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Okay, we're going to begin with the tarot cards. Just a little disclaimer that I felt drawn to say in the first group. We're discussing about the energies that they're perceiving within you. Doesn't necessarily say that this is what that it is true. Not at all, you know. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna draw some oracle cards immediately as well. Whoop. Let's see. Where is that? Yep. Interesting. Okay. Okay, some emotions coming through. What's going on here? So back of the deck energy, what do they think of you? The Page of Swords, they definitely see you in like a phase of new beginning, so to speak. I feel like you've cut the ties with a lot of old things. I generally do feel like within their perspective, yet again, they've seen you cut ties with a lot of things in the past. They've seen you separating yourself from a lot of past things that were no longer serving you. I'm hearing that you could have moved place. You could be living in a different place than you used to. You could have moved abroad. You could have been traveling. I definitely see some kind of movement, and they see you in a phase of new beginning, like a brand new you. And I'm hearing a brand new direction as well. Why am I hearing some kind of regret? I just feel like this person is missing you, and this person is regretting something with you. Because like the Five of Cups, it really does feel like a broken heart, and it really just screams to me like regret. It's like they see you in this beautiful new beginning, and they genuinely do see you as a pretty darn empowered person today compared to what you used to be like before. And you've cut the ties with many things in the past, and I feel like you've cut them off, and you've judged them as not worth carrying on. No, wait, that's not English, is it? It's like I feel like you've cut many things off in order to prepare yourself in this new phase of your life, and they were part of these things you cut off. And I generally do sense that they understand exactly why you did it. I genuinely feel that they're not mad at you. It's like it's more like a form of regret, as if they had done something to you that led you into cutting them off, and now they're regretting their actions that led you to the point where you cut them off, so to speak. And yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of emotions coming through. It's like they haven't let go. It almost feels like a romantic relationship between two people and it just didn't end well. And one of the people just decided to move on. And the other person just never really let go of it. And they're still stalking them on social media and they're realizing that they're in this new beginning and they're just happier than ever, feeling better and better by the days, whereas they on the other side haven't let go and they're still in sorrow. I generally do feel that that's their position. I don't know what's... I'm not picking up specifically that it has to be a romantic partnership, but it's like, yet again, I'm feeling like there could be many different situations involved piled through here. But it's definitely like, I feel that you used to be much closer than you are today, and that they see that you've cut them off. And they also see that the reason to that is very likely to be because of their actions relative to you. Because here we have the Three of Pentacles, which is like a card of collaboration and just nurturing and growing something together. And I genuinely do feel that this is something that they really see you. It's like they really do see you as like this very sweet person who's just so... I was about to say, like, this person who's so amazing, they're really attached to you. When I'm getting to the point that they're really still into you, whatever the relationship is, it's like they're very much involved in you still. But they definitely saw you as, yeah, someone who's just so easygoing. It's so easy with you to build anything, to create something brand new. Is just such a... I just feel like such... It is so easy to be friends with you. It's so easy to have a relationship with you, whatever its nature. It's just, you feel like such an easygoing person, someone that they would feel very peaceful around. I feel like you bring a lot of peace to the people around you. And back when you were around this person, they really felt and are today missing the fact that, yeah, it felt a very close relationship where you were building things together and they really felt like, yeah, they had someone, a presence in their life that would... Yeah, they never felt alone. And now they're feeling lonely because you're not there anymore. And they're missing that. But I'm definitely sensing with the Ten of Wands that they are aware, although for a very few select of you, they may not admit it. But it's like the wide majority of you, pile 2, they are completely aware of it, and they own that as a mistake, that they've put a lot of pressure onto you. I generally see you like you being the beetle at the bottom and them being the beetle on top. It's like they feel like they were on your shoulders. And I genuinely do feel that, yeah, they've done stuff where they felt like you had to carry them. I genuinely do feel that in their eyes they did you dirty at some point. It's like they really treated you in a way that put a lot of pressure and stress onto you. A kind of stress that you would not be sharing, although it felt like you were sharing much. When things went quote unquote downhill, all of a sudden you would be on your own and they would have disappeared. And yeah, I generally do feel that perhaps they've done things in the past that they today regret. Like they're aware of it, and yet again, for a very few select of you, they don't own it, but they still know that it happened. It's like, yeah. But long story short, is like they miss it. There's a lot of past energies, a lot of energies like regretting the past and wishing that we would have behaved in a better way, so that this amazing person that we're feeling so attached to it would still be in our lives. Although I'm definitely sensing that you are much happier as a result of having cut them off from your life. At least in their eyes, they see you as a much happier person. But yeah, still a lot of almost grief, honestly, at this point. But yeah, I like the energies at the bottom. I'm definitely sensing that they know, they really see you as someone who will be successful in life. They really know that you're a very sweet person, that you deserve the absolute best in this life, and that you quote unquote deserve much better than them. I feel like some of this person may be beating themselves up a little for what they done to you, honestly. But yeah, they have no doubt that you'll achieve great things in your life and that you'll be happy after them. They also believe that you've completely forgotten about them, which is not necessarily true. I'm sensing. So like some of you remember this person very well, and that's probably the reason to why you're thinking. I'm sorry, probably the reason to why you came to this ring in the first place, because you were wondering what the hell is up with them. I'm definitely sensing that they feel like you've completely forgotten about you because you've completely retracted your energy from the relationship. You've cut them off. But yeah, they wish you the best, and they know that you'll be happy, that you're fine, and yeah, you'll just have a great life. And they also see you as a very sweet person, but they're definitely struggling to let go. It's like, it almost feels like in their lives you appeared yet again. I'm sensing like a strong leaning towards a romantic relationship, but yet again I'm stressing that it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. But it just feels like whatever was going on between you two, you really appeared as a form, like a pillar of support in their life. They really saw you bringing things in their lives that they really needed at that point. So yeah, they were outsourcing a few needs through this relationship with you, and that's why it hurts. That's why it especially hurts for them to let go of this relationship, because not only they're letting go of you and they really seem to appreciate you, but also because you're bringing them a lot more, and well, now they can't anymore. I genuinely do feel that they're aware that in this situation it's not possible to go back, because you're in this energy where it's like you got the sword, you're very clear about why you cut them off, and you're not coming back on this relationship. It's like knowing how you're coming back in this relationship, and that's how they see it. That's why, like, yeah, they're having a hard time letting go of this relationship. Definitely. A rebirth is assured. Well, first thing, I'm sensing that the end of this relationship that very much feels like a breakup, even if it was a friend, even if it was something you've never spoken to, but it just so happened that you shared a lot of time near each other, perhaps in your workplace, perhaps at the gym, whatever. It's like whatever happened, it really feels like a breakup not having you in their lives anymore. and yeah, it definitely brought them to looking into themselves a lot. Because it's like they did not digest the fact, they feel very guilty for the why you cut them off, and that has definitely invited them into looking within, facing their shame. Not for every single one of you, part 4. I'm hearing yet again, it's like I was sensing that for some of you, your person is not owning that still, and is very much resisting seeing it within themselves. And for these people, karma's gonna get it back. I'm hearing confirmation for spirits like, oh yeah, don't you worry, we got them. If they don't want to learn this lesson their way, they're gonna learn it another way, don't you worry. If they don't want to learn it internally, they're gonna learn it externally. They're just gonna meet someone who treats them the same way they treated you, and they're gonna learn this way. But I'm hearing like for the majority of you, pile 2, this person is acutely aware of what they did, and that has led them into looking within, and confronting their emotions. And I'm definitely sensing that just as short or lengthy as your relationship may have been with this person, it has definitely changed their life forever. I feel is I did really do feel that having had this relationship with you, how close or distant as it might actually have been, re-changed their life forever. They were very touched by your sweetness and by just your being and who you are. It has changed them a lot. And I'm also seeing that, yet again, like rebirth, they're really seeing you into this energy of just brand new person. But yeah, yet again, a lot of sorrow, a lot of regret, a hard time letting go of you. I need to pull up some other oracle cards. What do we got here? Got video artist, overthinking can spoil the magic, fearless expression. Okay, who are we talking about, spirits? There's a lot of expression here. I honestly, that's weird, but I generally do feel that these cards are a little sidetrack from spirit, like messages for you, actually. It's not about them anymore. It's like, I'm hearing spirit like, why did you go into this reading thinking about this person you've cut out? And if you weren't actually thinking about them specifically, why is it that this person ended up coming up in this reading? I genuinely do feel that the reasons why they're coming up is because somehow you're still a little attached to them. Like you haven't fully let go somehow. And I'm just sensing this reinvitation, this confirmation, definitely, from spirit saying, you already know. It's like, you will, looking back at this situation will not teach you anything new. You already know what you need to know. Now you're just invited to be your best self. It's like feed your artist, fearless expression. I'm definitely sensing this strong invitation for you to express yourself authentically. Blah, blah, blah. I'm hearing media again, but it's like you're just being invited to be you. And stop thinking about this relationship, because yet again, I feel like some of you, perhaps the reason to why you came back to this person just through this reading is enough to let spirit know that you're still thinking about them, and they're just like, it's understandable, we understand, sweetheart, that you're still thinking about them. We're just confirming to you that you already know everything that you need to know. Nothing new will come from you going back to these thoughts and to this situation. You've already digested it. And your new beginning, because I genuinely do feel that this person perceives you in this fresh new beginning kind of energy, but more than a perception, I genuinely do feel that there is something brand new going on within your life at the moment, or on the brink of happening. It's like, stop thinking about your past. It's like you've already learned, and this new beginning is just the proof that you've digested what happened. And yeah, yet again, confirmation that if you had still some doubts about, yeah, but maybe this person didn't mean it, or this or that, or whatever, it's like, no, you know what happened, you know why you've cut them off. That was what needed to be done. That's it. Stop overthinking about it. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Literally, it's like nothing new and nothing beneficial, honestly, will come out of you coming back in your mindscape to this relationship. It ended for a reason. Now look forward, because there's better things coming up. And yet again, like an invitation to just be your best self, be yourself. Perhaps this is something a little new to you for other reasons that go beyond just this relationship, but perhaps you're currently in this phase of your life of just exploring more of who you are and just expressing yourself in different ways, more unique ways, rebranding yourself. It's like, have fun with who you are and how you're expressing yourself and how your authenticity is expressing itself, and just stop thinking about it. Put to rest once and for all, because there's nothing more that will come from this situation that will benefit you. It's like it's not gonna benefit you any further, so there's no point coming back to it. That's what I'm hearing. So very interesting energy. Felt very precise, and I like that because I hope that it was useful then. Yeah, I really hope it was useful. I hope it made you feel a little better. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing space with me today. I'd love to know in the readings if it resonated, how it went for you. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love. I'm wishing you all the best with these new beginnings, whatever they are, and however they are appearing in your life. Enjoy them all. And yeah, take care until next time. See ya. Hey Pile 3, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're looking forward to it. I hope you have someone in your mind. That's gonna make things easier. If Pile 3, if you've chosen the yellow calcite, that's gonna be a reading, so let's not waste any more time and let's get to it. So we're gonna start with the tarot cards. That's gonna give us the overall energy that we're dealing with. What they think. Quick disclaimer that came up for the other groups as well. It's not because someone thinks something of you that it means that it's accurate. Okay? I'm just throwing that out. Let's see. Spirits. Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, okay. Some major arcanas popping up. Well, Destiny as the back of the deck. I'm gonna bring out some oracles as well. Straight off the bat. Yep. How do they see Pile 3? Yep. Oh, at least cards are flying out. Okay. Yep. Let's make them all fit. So we got the Judgment card, the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit card, back of the deck Energy Destiny, Swan Spirit, Scarabeel Spirit, War Spirit. Well, we got many major arcana, so definitely something that is indicating, that is indicated straight off the bat is your energy feels outwardly to them. It feels it feels like it transcends just a mere human, so to speak. They see you like a god. No, it's like, I'm definitely sensing that your energy feels like a lot at first glance to them. Definitely, yeah, something that goes well beyond just being a mere human being. They definitely, when they see you, they definitely understand what the hell it means that we are both a human and a soul, you know? That we're both a spirit and an animal. Definitely some energies that go beyond that. Destiny, I'm definitely sensing, well, also with the Judgment card, is like, definitely see you as someone who is very lucky. It's like things turn out to be, they always work out for you. They generally, I'm hearing also, ooh, slow down, Spirit. That's way too much information. It's like, one thing at a time. Definitely that they see you as being born under a lucky star. It's like things just seem to work out for you. Although it doesn't necessarily make sense, it just works out. You feel very magical. Well, we've got another reference to magic down there. But you feel magical to them. And they also feel you very protected. They generally sense that you are protected on the spiritual realm. They are not necessarily, I'm not picking up necessarily that this person you're thinking about is spiritual themselves. So I don't know, because they would depend for every one of you. But it's like, they wouldn't necessarily give it the term spiritual. That's the thing, but they definitely feel that you are protected, that you were born under a lucky star, that you're just lucky and protected, and life just takes care of you. Also, they feel that you have your own journey, that you are here to accomplish big things on this planet. You're here to leave a mark on this world, and you're quite unique, and you were definitely not born to be just like the neighborhood, and that there's a purpose in that. Although they themselves don't necessarily would be able to tell necessarily, depends on if they've known you for a long time or not, but they definitely feel this, yeah, this outwardly energy. It's like looking into is peeking into the universe, I'm hearing. Yeah, it's like a lot of energy coming through, and I honestly feel that your energy is very unsettling to them, especially if that's not someone that you've known for a long time. It feels like a lot to take in at once, although you may not even open your mouth. It's like there's just something about your energy. I'm hearing your energy feels very high vibrational to them, and yeah, just your presence feels like a whole down lot. With the Judgment card, I'm getting back this idea of purpose. It's like if they've known you for a while, they can tell that the past hurt and pains and wounds that you had definitely, well, first of all, you definitely transmuted it, and secondly, you definitely like made the most out of them. You returned it into strength, into gifts. You've transmuted a lot of your past, but that is for the people that you're part 3. That's for the people that have known you for a while. That's interesting. I'm almost seeing like angel wings behind this figure. There's something about your energy. They perceive you to be like, to have a kind of an angelic aura. Yet again, it just feels, to them, your energy feels very unsettling because it feels almost outwardly. It almost feels like it's not just a human that you are. I'm hearing like it almost feels like an angel in human form to them. Something that really cannot really boxed in, that cannot really be understood with the physical mind. There's something about you that just doesn't make sense, that just escapes all logic. And that makes them personally feel a little unsettled because they're not used to that, definitely. But I'm definitely, yes, sensing a lot of admiration, a lot of contemplation of your person. Because sure, you feel outwardly, you feel very mysterious to them. Not necessary to say that you are a mysterious person, but your energy is very mysterious to them, at least. But they also see you as very approachable, very loving, and yeah, quite angelic. Something just beautiful about you. Then we got the 3 of Pentacles. I'm definitely sensing that I'm hearing like a social butterfly. They see you as they see you as pretty darn easygoing. It's like you seem to be so at ease around people. I'm also sensing like a message of spirit is saying that they don't necessarily perceive everything which is going on within you. Because I was picking up on the message that it seems like everyone you're like, whoever is around you, you just seem to always have a nice conversation, a nice chat. It's like you seem to be the kind of person who could be friend with everyone. But spirit is also indicating me that's also because you know how to pick and choose the people in your vicinity. But this person is not necessarily seeing that and realizing it. And what I'm getting at is that I don't necessarily feel that you're the kind of person who wants to be around everybody. But even if you end up choosing purposefully who is around you and who's not, they're not necessarily saying that. But yeah, from their point of view, you definitely appear like as a social butterfly, someone who is able to build something with everyone, someone who's very curious, very interested, and you always seem to find a common place with everyone that you find, something to start off, to build off. You're always very curious about what people are into, even if that's a world very far from yours. But yeah, you're very curious, very good at handling relationships, I'm hearing. And it just gives you this vibe of very friendly and very easygoing, very easy to build a relationship with. However, the Hermit, it's like they see you as someone who's very social and who is an easy time befriending everyone, but they also feel that that's just one side of the equation. That it's like, yes, you can be friends with everyone, but they're acutely aware of the fact that it's not because you're friends with everybody that it means that everybody's allowed within your inner circle. It's like this person's aware that although they can be your friend, they can be in your vicinity. Again, I don't know if that's a romantic interest, if that's just that person across the room, if that's a business partner, whatever. It's like they're acutely aware that as much as you can be a friend to them, getting to actually know you is a whole other thing. It's like you are you are such a multi-layered person with so much depth, especially with the swan here. It's like you feel so deep, like an endless pit, an endless hole you could lose yourself in, because there is just no end to you and how deep you are. That is just like, oh yeah, like on the surface you appear very much like a social butterfly, very good at handling relationships with everybody, blah blah blah. But getting to know you is a whole other thing. And they genuinely do feel that they know you without knowing you at all, which is a fun dichotomy that they find themselves caught in. I genuinely do feel that they are very fascinated by your person, and they would love to have more access to you so as to discover more of who you are. Yeah, I'm just sensing like this form of fascination for you. And if that's someone that you've known for a long time or that you're very close with, it's definitely someone who's still wanting to get to know you even deeper, because they just feel like there's so much more to you that they would want to know. They definitely feel fascinated by your energy, that's for sure. But yeah, this one, I'm definitely sensing that you are a very, very deep person. And it feels almost scary and unsettling to them, because it just feels like, I'm getting this strange sense. It's like a fear, not necessarily for every one of you, pile 3, but your person could be feeling a certain bit of fear relative to losing themselves in your depth, for how deep you are. I genuinely feel that you are a very deep person. That's no surprise to anyone, but also like, you know, you're very self-aware, or at least much more than what they identify to be within themselves. And for some of you, pile 3, your person could feel this kind of fear to be losing themselves in your depth. It's like they're so interested and fascinated about getting to know you deeper, but at the same time it's like, yeah, but actually I'm not sure I'm ready, you know? They feel this kind of fear, but they're definitely much more interested in you than they would be afraid, if that happens to be your case. Magic Wars 3, I just feel like there's something that just escapes their logical mind. Well, I haven't finished actually with that card. I was thinking about something else just before. It's like, you appear very graceful to them. You know, like when we think swan, it's like they really see you moving. There's something about you, about your vibe, about the way you move, the clothes that you may be choosing, whatever, really. There's just something about you that feels very graceful, very, like, it feels like you care a lot for yourself, that you're very, attuned to yourself. And there's something very graceful, very beautiful, very harmonious about you. It definitely has to do with your energy, but it also, I feel like, strongly reflects itself in your looks and your behaviors. There's something very refined, very graceful. To them, it almost feels like the cherry on top of the cake, honestly. But it's very, very interesting. Yeah, Magic Wars 3, they just don't get why your life works so well, honestly. They just see you as this very successful person, in whatever area, or just in life in general. They just see you as someone who's very, very successful, and they just don't get it. It's like, I don't understand it, but it just works for them. And I wish I was there as well. They'd like to grab a piece of that for themselves, because it just, in their eyes, your life doesn't make sense, but they realize that it doesn't need to make sense to them because it just works so well and that you're so happy this way. So yeah, a lot of fascination. That's interesting. Oh, Spirit, sometimes life stings. That's an interesting one, actually. I almost feel that, and that joins back the possible fear I was picking up on earlier, that you trigger them. And that is completely, like, unbeknownst to you. It's just you being you, and you being your best life is really putting them in front of some of their limiting beliefs, I'm hearing. Which is very interesting. I genuinely do feel that, yeah, they look at you sometimes, it's like they're very fascinated by your energy. Sometimes, though, they look at you with envy. It's like, I wish my life was a little more like that. I wish I would feel a little more like that within myself. And I'm definitely sensing that just your presence, just your way of being, just you shining, is genuinely putting them in a space to ask a lot of questions within themselves, exploring themselves much deeper. I'm definitely, yes, hearing like triggers and regulation for some reason as well. But I'm definitely hearing, yeah, like you're definitely pushing them into becoming the best version of themselves, and to them it appears as exploring themselves deeper in your presence. I was also hearing regulation for whatever reason. Perhaps this person feels regulated and harmonized in your presence. This person may have that's a very specific thing, so maybe not for everybody, but perhaps part 3, your person that you're thinking about may have some maybe displaying behaviors that they're not necessarily the proudest of. One thing could be like a form of addiction. Like there's something going on with their behaviors that they're trying to shift out of, that they're not necessarily the most proud of. And I'm definitely hearing that somehow in your presence, they feel much more at peace, they feel much calmer, and they feel regulated. Yet again, it's like your energy, your aura is having a very profound impact on them. Much more profound than you would realize it. Because I'm definitely sensing that some of you, it's someone that you don't really know that much at all. For some of you, it may be someone that you've known for a long time, but definitely, yeah, someone that you have a very strong impact over, just by virtue of being you, not even opening your mouth. That's very interesting. That's very cute. I'm gonna bring out some more oracle cards, because we love them all. Oh, that's many. Okay, so we got move beyond intention to believe, Earth Creator, you are light. What's your honest truth? I genuinely sensing that, yeah, for you are light within their eyes. Also, like all the cards have this kind of shining, outward shining imagery. I'm just noticing. In their eyes, you shine hella bright. It's like to them, you appear as a very unique person, fascinating person to say the least, very deep, and you just shine so bright. And I honestly feel like they really admire that. They're really inspired by it, sometimes very envious, and that calls them into self-exploration. But I genuinely sense that they would really want to get to know you deeper. If that's someone that you're in a relationship with, they definitely want to explore who you are and understand you even deeper. They want to go beyond, so to speak. It's like they really want to reach a state where I feel like they've given up on trying to understand you, but they really want to feel you. They want to feel your world. They want to explore the universe that you are. And if that's someone that you know a little less, it's like they're really wanting to make a move on you and get to know you more, or just make it so that they can be more reliably in your presence. Yet again, not necessarily romantic on this one, but they could definitely be wanting to be your partner. They could be definitely wanting to be your friend. They definitely would long to be part of your inner circle, because you're just bringing them so much without noticing it. You're bringing them a lot of things through your light, and are definitely wanting to step closer. That's one thing. You appear to them as very grounded and very grounding as well. Perhaps that's also mirroring what we were talking about, like with the regulation thing that they feel around you. But they definitely feel like, yeah, your energy is very grounding. It's like they just feel, yet again, very peaceful in your presence and very grounded. So, and it's really very enjoyable for them to be in your presence. And that more general, I just feel like this is something that is actually accurate about you in general, about your energy. It's like you're a very grounding person. Like you, in your presence, people in general they feel welcomed and invited to be themselves, unapologetically, to be themselves. They feel comfortable being themselves, and also like they feel very grounded. So that's something. That's another thing that they really admire by your energy. Another of the many reasons to why they so eager to actually step in, to come in closer. Yeah, it's like with this maybe beyond intention to believe, I'm definitely sensing that they put you a bit on a, yeah, they put you on a pedestal. I'm sensing with this card. It's like your energy feels so much, and honestly quite overwhelming at times for them, that they tend to put you on a pedestal. Could be for many of the reasons we've discussed, honestly, but yeah, they put you on a pedestal, and it's like they want to step in closer, but at the same time they don't really dare. They're a little scared that you might reject them because they feel that they're not at your level. You know? So that's a bit of a thing. A bit of a trigger, yet another of a trigger, but yeah, they're definitely, it's like they're really wanting to step in closer in your life, but at the same time they put you in such a high pedestal that they're like, oh my god, but how am I ever, why would they accept me? You know, it's like, why would they want me around when they're just so amazing? It's like, why would they do that? They got a bit of a fear thing going on, but yeah, I don't feel that's too serious, but definitely they're holding back on that. I generally feel them a little torn on that point. It's like they're really wanting to step in closer, they're really wanting to be part of your inner circle, or if that's someone that you've known for a long time, they're really wanting to re-deepen their connection with you. But at the same time, they some self-worth issues perhaps going on. Well, that's interesting. That's, yeah, very, very interesting. Very sweet reading. Thank you so much for having shared space with me today. That was a lovely reading. It was such an honor to be reading your energy. Let me know down in the comments definitely how it went for you. I'd love to know if it resonated, everything that pops up. Your energy seems to be wild in their eyes, that to say the least. But yeah, I don't know what's your stance on this person, but yeah, they're definitely wanting to step in closer. So if that was a romantic interest, well, now you know. If not, that's fine. They're still wanting to come in. But yeah, I wish you all the best, and till next time, see you. Well, hello there, Pile 4. How are you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. You're up. I hope you're excited about the message. I hope you're curious. If Pile 4, I hope you have someone in mind. It's gonna make it easier. If not, that's okay. If Pile 4, if you chose the desert rose, something like that, that's gonna be your reading. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start. Let's begin. We're gonna begin with the tarot. A little disclaimer that I ended up making for the other groups. It's not because someone sees you a certain way that it means that it's accurate. and reflective of who you actually are. Just something to keep in mind sometimes, you know. That being said, what cards do we have here? This one, oh, we got two here, and this one. My god, that's a lot of major arcanas. Back of the deck energy, yet another one, okay. I'm gonna bring out some oracle cards immediately. Yep, that's interesting what we're getting here. I'm getting a very spicy relationship here going on. I mean, that doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with your person, but I'm pretty sure they wish there was, if there isn't. Yep. So, whoop, whoop the camera. So can we see them all? Not really at the moment. Let me push a little bit everything back. Can we see it better? Yeah, much better. Okay. Perfect. So, what do we have going on here? Well, for sure, the 10 of Cups is definitely like desire. I'm not gonna lie. This person desires you. Yes, I'm getting that this pile may have a strong romantic direction. It feels very romantic. It doesn't have to be, but it definitely someone who wishes to be with you, or wishes to go beyond. It's like with Take the Lead, it's like it could totally be that your person is wanting to marry you, or this kind of attraction that we're talking about. They feel very attracted to you, they're very much into you, and they very much wish to be part of your life. Yet again, it could be like romantic, but if you're inquiring about a business partnership, that could definitely be someone who is like, oh yes, I want them I want them with me on this one. It's like they're very, very much into you. They would marry you, honestly. That's what I'm getting at, literally or not. But yeah, they desire you a lot. They really value you. They're very happy to have met you, that to say the least. The 9 of Cups is like a wish come true card. It's like, it's as if they had wished in the stars for someone, and then you appeared in their life, and they're like, that's it. That's who I wished for. I want him. Definitely a lot of desire. Perhaps starting with the back of the deck energy. Like a good tarot reader, huh? But yeah, back to the back of the deck energy, the overall energy, and I'm definitely sensing that they're feeling two things actually. They feel complete with you. It's like, oh, this goes way beyond. It's like there's a sense of recognizing themselves in you. There's a sense of homeness with you. It's like most of you, for most of you, your person can't really explain it to themselves, but they just feel home in your presence. They just feel so comfortable being themselves, and just comfortable in general. There's a sense of, yeah, recognizing themselves into you. They just feel so at peace and so comfortable around you. They feel so whole and so complete. And another thing I'm hearing is that just having met you in their life has been a turning point. I'm generally sensing like the ending of a cycle and the opening of a new life chapter for them through this meeting with you. So yeah, that could definitely be something romantic, could be a very deep, meaningful relationship, friendship to them, could be a business partnership, but definitely something that feels very profound to them. And yeah, very, very deep energy going on here. It's like in the car, it's like definitely like a snake protecting a newborn. In this case, they feel that you are both the newborn and both the snake, but definitely a sense of homecoming with you. And it almost feels like, yeah, it's like if they're into manifestation, which they could be, not necessarily, but you're definitely the kind of person they've manifested. It's like they wanted to meet someone like you for a while, and they just met you. Even if that's someone that you've known for a long time, perhaps one that you've been in any kind of relationship for a long time, it's like they're still so happy and so glad to have met you. They just enjoy this so much. And I'm definitely sensing that they want to go beyond. They want to go deeper still in this relationship. They want to deepen this relationship. And if you're not in a relationship with them, they definitely want to get into any kind of relationship with you. I definitely feel the Tower card is like you came in their life and you shook things up a little in their lives, because you're the kind of person who sees right through them. They just see you being acutely aware of who they are, and it's like they are aware that they cannot fool you. They can't mess around with you. It's like they cannot lie to you. You see right through their masks, though. That's what I'm sensing. And that at first shook them up a little bit because they were not expecting that, and they sure as heck were not the most comfortable with it, to say the least. I genuinely do feel that the fact that you were seeing so clearly right through them, and on another end that they care so much about you, that they're wanting you so badly, honestly, that really pushed them into like rethinking some of their foundations, because it's any other person they would have pushed away for how uncomfortable they felt when meeting them. But with you, it's like they wish to be with you so badly that it's like, okay, I'm feeling extremely uncomfortable by the fact that they see right through me, and the fact that I cannot hide even the things I wish I could. So I need to take care of that. And I genuinely do feel that your meeting, however, like whether it was recent or long past, it's like however this relationship or lack thereof has been going on, at the moment they saw you and met you for the first time, it's like it really caused them into feeling like their whole foundation, realizing that their whole foundations were very shaky, because you could see right through it, and they realized that they couldn't hide anymore, and so they had to do something about it. They had to do something with the things that they didn't want people to see. And that really definitely, with the devil especially, that definitely pushed them into looking deeper within themselves. That's one of the first byproducts of meeting you. Back to like changing life chapter, because it's like you really push them into becoming a better version of themselves, because of the fact that they could not tolerate this kind of whatever fear, shame, guilt, whatever it is when it comes to them. They couldn't take it anymore in your presence, because they knew that no amount of masks or lies would hide it. So they just had to head on face their emotions eventually. So that's one thing. The moon card is indicating me both just what I discussed, that it really pushed them into getting to know much deeper. That's like one of the byproducts that you triggered within them. Although I feel that it was completely unbeknownst to you, like you didn't necessarily know that this is what you had triggered within them. But they really, I feel that they're very grateful for that, because it's like, although it was very uncomfortable at first, it's like they're very grateful, because that really gave them the opportunity to come to conclusions, come to terms with these things. But another thing is that I feel that this person feels deeply, although they may not show it that much, but they cannot hide it from you. It's like they feel deeply, and they're deeply into you. Like we got the cups, we got the moon. It's like a lot of water, a lot of emotions, and they feel deeply their relationship with you, or lack thereof. It's like there is a great sense of emotional depth going on here between the two of you. They're really, really wanting to step in closer, definitely. The devil, it's a little, it's a fun one. I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, you're spicing things up in their lives and that you're reigniting desire in their life. Yet again, it's like, yes, it definitely has this sense of sensuality going on in the air and more, wink, wink, you know what I'm talking about. But yet again, it depends on what is what kind of person we're talking in your life. It's like, if it's a romantic interest, oh yeah, that's definitely what we're talking about. If it's, as an example, a business partnership, you're definitely inspiring them new ways of seeing the world. It's like you're reigniting them passion, creativity, the will to make something brand new. You know, it's like you're really spicing things up and reigniting a fire that perhaps they haven't been so much in touch with lately, for no real appearance at all, but I just feel like you inspire them a lot and that you've been profoundly tickling their sacral chakra, their creativity, their sensuality, their emotional self. And yeah, I'm definitely sensing like you know, it's like the posture of the figure is like, yeah, let's keep it on the down low. I genuinely feel that there's a lot of very exciting, fun, pleasurable energies going on with them when they think about you. Again, whatever is the relationship they have with you or are considering to have with you. Even if it's just a friendship, it's just like you just ignite so much fun and pleasure and interest and curiosity and yeah, emotions within them. And that's just beautiful. And I just feel like, I almost felt like, since it's the devil, it really feels like this quote unquote, with big quotes, sinful pleasure. It has nothing sinful, but I genuinely do feel like this is not something they're used to feeling. Definitely. It's like the way you make them feel is definitely not, these emotions are not emotions they are they used to be comfortable with at first, because they never really felt this way around someone. So yeah, you're twisting their mind up, that for sure. But they're having a lot of fun with these energies. Just thinking about you makes them feel all sorts of ways, to say the least. And yeah, it's like they feel deeply for you, and that's like so beautiful. Because if it's a partnership, well, I don't think we could have a more clear confirmation about the fact that they are very much into you. But even for those who are seeing a person as, and for whom it's very clear that this person that you're thinking about pile 4 is a platonic relationship going on within you, or someone that you don't know but you obviously aren't considering any romantic relationship, just a platonic thing, whatever it is, a friendship, or it could be a gym buddy, or it could be a business partner. It's like the amount of positivity and inspiration that they feel relative to you is just like, it makes them feel in awe. And I feel in awe. It's like, it's so beautiful the way that they feel around you. You're really sparking this desire for life within them, and that is beautiful. And definitely, yeah, it's like the fact it's the devil card. I'm just feeling like it feels so good that it almost feels sinful to them for how pleasurable it feels. And yeah, they're dreaming to be with you and to be doing these things with you. So get ready, because if you're not in a relationship with this person, well, you're gonna have to find very good argument to convince me that you won't end up with them. That has to be clear since the start. Snake spirit, time to heal. I'm definitely feeling that one of the reasons, it's like there's so much gratefulness. It's like, besides all of this very fluttery energy, very positive, very fuzzy, fluffy energy going on within them, and the fact that all of this desire and everything, I just felt, just with the Tower card and the Moon card, they are so grateful for having you in their lives, because again, as we discussed before, you just triggered such a profound process of transformation within them. It's like they're re-transformed. They really feel that they have become a better person thanks to having you in their life. And they're very, very grateful for that. They feel like, just like a snake, they feel like they've shed an old skin. And they're very grateful because as much uncomfort they used to feel at first, because they had outgrown that skin and they needed to shed it anyway, so it was very uncomfortable. It's like they're very grateful they did it, and they're very grateful that, yeah, they recognize that you're not for nothing in this. Like, you were the one to unknowingly initiate, and unknowingly is a key word here, because I genuinely do feel that this is not something that, perhaps if this is not a person you're close to or not someone you communicate a lot with, this may not be something that they haven't communicated and something that you may be completely oblivious to. But I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, you are partly responsible for this deep transformation that they've undertake, and they are very grateful for it. Stag spirit take the lead, and the dolphin, well, the dolphin is just like the playful energy that is coming through. It's like they're just wanting to have fun with you. They're not wanting to think about it. They're not wanting to make plans. They're not wanting to overthinking. They don't want to overthinking. They just want to have fun and let it unfold naturally, because since they feel so home, they almost feel like it's fated. They genuinely feel like, yeah, there's a sense of fate. It's like they do not see a single world in which you're not together. So it's like they're not worried about having to think about it. They're just wanting to have fun and see how it unfolds, because they know it's gonna work out. And yeah, they're just wanting to have fun, like the dolphin. Like this very playful nature coming through here. This stag, I got two energies. First of all, take the lead. I'm definitely sensing that there's someone in this relationship wanting to step up. It could definitely be them. I genuinely do feel that they're much more into you than you're into them. Not to say not to mean anything else other than that. But I'm definitely sensing that, yeah, they're completely obsessing over you, and you may not be seeing them in such an obsessive manner back. I'm definitely sensing that some of you powerful may be surprised by all of this energy, charged up energy being expressed through this reading. Some of you were not expecting that, I'm sensing. That's fun. But yeah, it's like, for some of you powerful, this person is definitely wanting to take the lead, step up to make this happen, even if it's just deepening the relationship which is already existing. They're really wanting to go deeper, to make this relationship with you deepen, and they're really wanting to, yes, make it happen. Because yet again, they just don't feel any ounce of fear. It's like they know it's gonna work out. Or at least they believe. If that's not reciprocal at all, because for a few of you, that's actually what's going on, which is very ironic. I'm sensing like, so I see you inquiring about someone. It's like, oh yeah, I'm wondering because this person's been looking at me weird lately, and it's like, boom, you got all of this exploding, and they're wanting to step up, and you're like, oh my god, no, thank you, actually. I'm definitely sensing that for some, like, for a lot of you, you're very happy about the situation. For some of you may be surprised about it. But yeah, they're definitely wanting to step up and make something happen out of this relationship. So that is beautiful. And also I'm picking back up on the sense of depth that they're feeling with you. They just feel such a deep relationship and such deep energy, especially with all of these major arcanas going on. It feels so deep to be with you. Fearless expression, you magic. Well, definitely fearless expression, expect some communication, especially if there hasn't been a lot. And if there has been communication, expect more communication or different communication. They're really wanting, yet again, it's like they're wanting to make a move, definitely. So expect communication from this person. I'm hearing for some of you, depends on what is the person you're thinking about, but perhaps this communication may not be vocal, I'm hearing. Which is interesting, but I don't have much more information at the moment. Perhaps this person wants to express themselves differently than just vocally. I'm thinking about dancing for some reason. Perhaps they're wanting to impress you through their dance moves. That's very specific, that's very original, but they're definitely wanting to step up and communicate and make something happen. But perhaps some of you may notice that this person may not communicate it through yeah, using their voice. Something that just caught my attention is that we got 55 twice, which is quite interesting, to say the least. 55 is definitely the number associated with change. So that could be, it's like expect a big, if you are wanting to actually have a relationship with this person, whatever the style of whatever the kind of relationship, definitely expect some big changes with this person. Something, yeah, I'm sensing like big shifts, big changes in this relationship, if that's what you want. Definitely big changes, perhaps even imminent. For most of you, actually, imminent changes. Because it's like, I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to hold back this adoration that they have for you. So it's like, expect it to happen quite soon. And you a magic with the number 1. It's like, you're just their everything. I'm sorry, I cannot shake my head of some of you, pile 4, being like, what the heck? I barely even know this person. I'm not even considering any kind of relationship with them. You're just telling me that they're wanting to do all of this with me. But yeah, they really see you as as their everything. So yeah, that's very sweet. That's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. That's very sweet energy. Very fluttery, very fluffy, very butterflies in stomach kind of energy I'm getting. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing, for having shared space with me. Thank you so much for having letting me read your energy. That was lovely, to say the least. That was very exciting, very fun to read. Hope it was fun to watch as well. Let me know down in the comments how it went for you, if it resonated. I'd love to know about your thoughts. And yeah, I wish you to have fun if that's what you're wanting with this person. And yeah, wishing you so much love. Until next time. See ya. Take care.